Policing the Coachella Valley tonight, we are going in depth in an I-team investigation comparing the staffing levels of local police departments and what they are all doing right now to put more officers on the streets to protect and serve in a tight market with people who might be interested in a career in law enforcement holding a lot of the cards. A correctional deputy academy in Riverside preparing a new class for jobs in Riverside County jails. It's the same facility where new Indio police officer Kyle Lawrence received his training.
So I got hired in April of 2020. I guess right after everything had initially shut down through the COVID-19 pandemic.
New hires are in high demand. I sat down in person or via Zoom with leadership from all of the Valley's police departments and the sheriff to see where they stand on staffing.
We're not gaining what we needed to gain.
Sheriff Chad Bianco highlighting the competitive nature of the market. Here's where Valley cities stand on staffing for a comparison. The FBI's uniform crime reporting shows that among the Valley's local departments, Palm Springs had 2 officers per 1,000 people in 2020. Desert Hot Springs, 0.9, Cathedral City, 0.8, and Indio was also 0.8 per 1,000 residents. Indio Chief Mike Washburn doesn't think it's a good comparison.
That's actually the FBI invented that. That's how they compared it. It really should be based upon workload and performance metrics.
Palm Springs Police Chief Andrew Mills, whose department had the highest per capita number, admits it can be misleading based on other factors.
10 officers for the airport. You also have school resource officers that are out of the mix, in addition to 7 positions that were down and 14 people that are injured. And all of a sudden you can see that magical two officers per 1,000 that many studies talk about is reduced quite a bit.
In the Valley, most cities that contract with the Sheriff's Department are around 1 deputy per 1,000 residents. Indian Wells is highest at just over 2, then Rancho Mirage at just under 1.6, La Quinta at nearly 1.25, Palm Desert just above 1, Coachella at just over 0.6. has the lowest per capita coverage in the Valley.
We've always said they need to increase, but then it comes down to money. Can they increase?
In those contract cities, the cities set their coverage levels, which raises another question when it comes to Sheriff's Department manpower.
They contract for it.
Right.
So that means unincorporated areas are kind of your rubber band.
Yes, I don't like looking at it like that because those county area residents still have to be taken care of also.
The Desert Hot Springs chief says staffing shortages do make a difference when it comes to public safety, limiting things like community policing initiatives.
We need to get back out there and be proactive, and this shortage isn't helping that situation.
Bottom line is all 4 local agencies and the Sheriff's Department are hiring and competing with each other for a limited number of applicants right now. Captain Kenneth Reichel is heading up recruiting for the Sheriff's Department, looking for hundreds of men and women who want to serve.
We are pushing our message out that we are hiring.
Their goal is to add 300 correctional deputies and 240 deputy sheriffs. And to help, the Sheriff's Department and other agencies are relaxing some standards, like facial hair, not requiring COVID vaccines, allowing tattoos and more. Palm Springs is putting money on the line, going for officers with experience.
We've really focused hard on lateral transfers. People come from other agencies. We vet them carefully to make sure we're getting the best of the best. But we have a $30,000 hiring bonus. So anybody listening to my voice right now should remember that.
Other agencies like Indio are focusing on hometown local recruits like Officer Lawrence.
Law enforcement's a great career. It's something, there's a lot of benefits to it. You can make a good living. The work is excellent.
Cathedral City is looking for a mix, laterals and homegrown rookies.
You don't want to have all new employees because they don't have the experience. And yes, there's a longer period of time from the day you decide to hire them to the point when they actually hit the street.
Captain Reichel with the Sheriff's Department could easily speak for all of the agencies with this one simple message.
We are hiring, so I encourage you to apply.
Overall, the 4 local departments have room for about 36 new officers right now. The Sheriff's Department, as you heard, has openings for hundreds of deputies, both in the jails and out on the streets. You can find information on applying for all of those positions online right now at KESQ.com. Also, a discussion about with the sheriff about how COVID has played a role in academies, which has backed up this process even more for new hires. You can find that online at KESQ.com. And tonight, all new at 6:30 on CBS Local 2. I'll continue this discussion with more on the hurdles local departments are facing. Peter and I will have that discussion again. CBS Local 2 at 6:30.